Hello, everyone. How are you doing? This is Daryl Guberman, CEO of Guberman PMC LLC, a quality consulting firm here in Connecticut. I've been in business now going on 13 years as of August of 2024, assisting companies in manufacturing and quality consultation, also ISO certification for all the ISO derivatives, whether it's medical, aerospace, general management, all of them. This video today is about the National Transportation Safety Board must evaluate other Boeing paperwork, aircraft for missing documentation. Quality expert Daryl Guberman says, in order for us to have security, we must do an evaluation. They have different standards of sampling. I'm not going to go into it. I don't want you to fall asleep. But you have C equals sampling plan. You also have the ANSI ASQ Z.4, and others that the aerospace uses. I think aerospace uses a 0.65 ratio. That you don't need to know. All I know is that the NTSB has got to evaluate other paperwork. When I was in aerospace, I must tell you this, that in the area that I worked in rotary wing aircraft, I will tell you this, Igor Sikorsky used to say that the amount of paperwork generated from that aircraft must be, I think, 2 times the weight of the actual aircraft when it goes out the door. And now everything's computerized, so it's very easy to miss the paperwork by hitting the wrong key. He believed, in solid paperwork. I think they still do it there. I've been out since 1995. But I have to tell you that it is very important that the NTSB does other evaluations to save you on the next aircraft that may have an issue. I am hopefully that Boeing took into consideration that plug, I think, was made from Spirit Aerospace Systems. And we have Mr. Patrick Shanahan here. Patrick Shanahan, who when he was Deputy Secretary of Defense under Donald Trump, he said that the F-35 program was fucked up. It's worse than that, ladies and gentlemen, because in an article just most recently put out about a month ago, it states that the F-35, after Lockheed F-35, after 801, the first ship after 800, they're still producing aircraft with problems with rejects or escapes, which is a rejection against blueprint. The NTSB must evaluate other documentation. They have to send a team in and get 5, 10, 20 aircraft. Let them figure out what percentage of aircraft they're going to do. Because right now, I think I did pull this from it was Wikipedia, that they said for 737 they've produced thus far up to August 2023 over 7,000 aircraft. So you must take a percentage of that and look into this and to ensure that other paper, and knowing what I know in aerospace and medical, you're going to find out that other aircraft that they produce, 737s or 777s or 787s, are missing documentation. I would guarantee it. That I would guarantee, being involved with quality for over 40 plus years. I'm going to leave it here. I just want to let you know, ladies and gentlemen, business owners, that we are doing this because we care about you. You may not know me, I may not know you, but every person who gets on one of those aircraft needs to be secure enough to feel comfortable enough getting from point A to point B. And right now, that security is hindered by the factor of the situation that exists at Boeing, and not just Boeing, Airbus as well. Don't think that they are absolved from this situation. In fact, just to give you a piece of information, in 2020, Airbus was fined for bribing companies to get their aircraft. $3.9 billion they were fined. So it's a difficult thing in the world of aviation that human beings compromise people, lives, to make money. And that, to me, doesn't make me feel secure if I'm going to go on a plane. And right now, at this juncture, I won't go on a plane. For 22 years, Boeing gave up supplier auditing to an AS9100 certificate okay, certified or accredited by ANSI ANAP, that Boeing sits on their board that can grant, suspend, or withdraw certification. They also call ANSI ANAP out on their supplier portal. And in a 2002 document, as I said, for supplier bulletin, they call out ANSI ANAP, supplier bulletin, supplier portal, and they sit on the board, and their quality is terrible. Lockheed sits on the board of ANSI ANAP, okay, sits on as a member. 801 ships, 735, F-35, problem. You have Pfizer, who skipped quality processes and standards in the manufacture of the COVID vaccine. You have Johnson & Johnson, who basically did the same, and they had a 75 million recall of COVID. This is a problem. It's problematic, it's systemic, and you look at Boeing, just a couple months ago, the DOJ, they sit on the board, ANSI board, right over by Boeing. That's why I have to scratch my head to see if there's anything really going to be done about it. What's happening, because Boeing did get fined out of their composite facility, Bell Boeing, because they were skipping out, writing down times, temperatures, and in composites. Time, temperature, and pressure are very imperative to a good product, a solid product that won't debond or won't separate during vibratory stresses. Because if one of those are off, your plane, train, whatever, plane, helicopter might go down. So, in any arena. I'm going to leave it here. So my advice to the NTSB, to keep you a little bit more safe as well, the traveler, is to do evaluations on other aircraft, 737s. Let them do an AQL, acceptance quality limit. Let them pick it, let them choose it. It's not my responsibility. I think Boeing goes to 0.65 for that ANSI standard, the ANSI 4.1, ANSI ASQ Z 1.4. I've seen that a lot in their documentation, 0.65, and let them go to that. The NTSB must go to it, because it's the only way that it'll bring up security for you, ladies and gentlemen. And I would bet, okay, as a quality professional for 40 plus years, that they got some problems going on. They probably have a lot more missing paperwork. I thank you.